Everyone, John here. Trying to get used to the joys and challenges and opportunities of home working, as I'm sure most of us are, if you're not already self-isolated. But I wanted to say a quick hi today and to drop you news of two things if you weren't already aware of them. The first is that WhatsApp is being very active for us at the moment. If you don't know, WhatsApp is a free app that's free to use and is a way to stay connected with people and groups. And so, one of the groups we want everyone to be aware of is the Bethel Updates group. You can very quickly have your number added to that, and it's just one space where we're sharing thoughts and encouragements and news together. Please do be part of that if you're part of the Bethel family. And then there's four other more specific groups, one for anybody working in health or social care, another for anyone working in education, and then one for parents who are discovering and trying to adapt to homeschooling, and finally another one for our workers, many of whom are finding that employment is either very different, work-life balance is just flipped on its head, or that they're on long-term leave and absence from work at the moment. They're just spaces to try and support each other, to share ideas and inspiration and encouragement. If you'd like to be part of any of those groups, just let me know, and we'd love to have you in. Equally, if you're already part of a group, or if you're just being bombarded with messages and invitations, and it would be more of a burden at the moment, there's no pressure at all. No one will judge you or be offended if you're finding support in other places. But if you'd like need to and would like to, we'd love to have you as part of those groups. The second thing to mention is that on Monday evening, we're going to experiment with technology even further and launch our first ever online prayer meeting. That's going to take place on Monday at 7 o'clock. And we're going to do that via a little app called Zoom. It'll be a Zoom meeting. Technically, that's what it's going to be. You don't need a Zoom account in order to be part of that meeting. You can still join without one, which is one of the advantages of Zoom. Obviously, if you do join Zoom, there's more that you can do. But for now, just you're welcome just to show up. We're going to post a link to that on our website and on the WhatsApp Bethel Updates group about half an hour, quarter of an hour before that, so that everybody that wants to can participate. And we're going to pray together. One of the things I'm really hoping to learn about in this season for me personally is the reality and more of the power of prayer. When we were filming on Sunday morning and live streaming, there were a couple of technical issues to work through. The sound at one point wasn't working, and then it was too quiet, and we had to make adjustments as we go. And some of you were good enough just to text him really quickly just to let him know, because we wouldn't know otherwise that it wasn't working or that we needed to make changes. But part of the fun of that was that Tim was sat there behind a whole host of technology. And as the messages were coming in, there's a little bit of a delay. So we call it live streaming, but actually there's about a 45 to 60-second delay from what we're actually doing and saying to it being broadcast live. And so your messages were coming in, but of course they were about a minute later than changes that he was trying to make behind the desk. But the power of prayer is that as we stop in our daily lives and reach out to the God of eternity, the maker of time, he receives our messages in real time. He live stream straight into his presence. That's a wonder that we really need to learn and sit with. That in this season, we can now, as the church, cry out for the world to the Jesus who is Lord of heaven and earth. That's awesome. That's an awesome privilege and responsibility. In Psalm 34, David says this: I sought the Lord, and he answered me. He delivered me from all my fears. Those who look to him are radiant. Their faces are never covered with shame. And then he makes it really personal. This poor man called, and the Lord heard him. He saved him out of all his fears. The angel of the Lord encamps around those who fear him, and he delivers them. In this season, I want us, and I want to get really serious about prayer, and to discover the power and the reality of the God who hears me as I pray. Actually, the speed of prayer travels even quicker than that. It's quicker even than the speed of light. In Isaiah, we have these amazing words. This is a promise. These are words of God for us. Before they call, I will answer. While they are still speaking, I will hear. That's incredible. That's an awesome opportunity for us to be praying right now for the needs of our lives, our church, our community, and the needs of the world. So join us if you can on Monday at 7 o'clock on Zoom as we gather together to the God who hears us and delivers his people out of all their fears. God bless you.